This is the story of how over 3.5 million pages of documents exposed a decade-long relationship between Jeffrey Epstein and British royalty that continued long after the world knew who Epstein really was. In January 2026, the largest document release in the Epstein case revealed emails that directly contradict years of royal denials, and now police are investigating whether crimes were committed. The document dump. December 19, 2025, marked the beginning of the release under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, signed by President Trump in November. January 30, 2026, brought the rest, totaling 3.5 million pages, 180,000 images, and 2,000 videos from Florida and New York cases, FBI investigations, and inquiries into Epstein's death. Earlier releases in September and November 2025 included thousands of pages, but nothing compared to what dropped in January, and buried in those millions of pages were emails that would shake the British royal family. Prince Andrew's emails. The emails tell a story that Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has spent years denying, and were using that name because King Charles stripped him of all royal titles last year. August 2010, just as Epstein finished house arrest for his 2008 conviction, Andrew sent him an email asking, "How are you? Good to be free?" This is the actual text sent the month Epstein completed his sentence. September 2010 shows Andrew's aide telling Epstein about trips to Vietnam, Singapore, and Hong Kong. These weren't random updates because Andrew was the UK's Special Representative for International Trade from 2001 to 2011. November 30, 2010 is where it gets serious. Andrew appears to have sent Epstein reports on Southeast Asia visits and information about investment opportunities in Afghanistan. Trade envoys are barred from sharing sensitive documents, and police are now assessing whether this violated Britain's Official Secrets Act. When Epstein asked to meet in London, Andrew replied they could have dinner at Buckingham Palace with lots of privacy. Christmas Day 2010 brought a homemade family message from Andrew to Epstein, even though Andrew later claimed his December 2010 visit was solely to end contact. January 2011 emails included, "This week is all about me," and "Keep in close touch and we'll play some more soon." Then Epstein encouraged Andrew to meet a friend, describing her as she 26, Russian, clever, beautiful, trustworthy. Andrew replied he would be delighted. New allegations. Late January 2026, a second woman came forward claiming Epstein trafficked her to the UK for a sexual encounter with Andrew at Royal Lodge in 2010, and she even had a tour of Buckingham Palace afterward. February 3rd brought a formal police report filed by an anti-monarchy group. 6 days later, Thames Valley Police confirmed they are assessing the information, and by February 11th they had consulted with prosecutors. The royal response. February 9th brought a Buckingham Palace statement about profound concern at allegations which continue to come to light in respect of Mr. Mountbatten Windsor's conduct. Prince William and Princess Catherine confirmed they've been deeply concerned by the continued revelations. During King Charles's visit to Lancashire, someone in the crowd shouted, "How long have you known about Andrew?" Public heckling of royals is virtually unheard of in Britain. Andrew's been forced to leave Royal Lodge and now lives at Wood Farm Cottage. At 65 with no royal duties, he maintains he denies all wrongdoing. Virginia Giuffre. April 25, 2025 brought Virginia Giuffre's death by suicide in Western Australia at 41 years old. Ghislaine Maxwell recruited her in 2000 at Mar-a-Lago when she was 16 or 17. She accused Prince Andrew of sexual assault, and he settled her lawsuit in February 2022 for an undisclosed sum with no admission of liability. Before her death, she wrote a memoir requesting it to be published if she passed away. Nobody's Girl came out posthumously in October 2025. Her family said the toll of abuse is so heavy that it became unbearable for Virginia to handle its weight. The bigger picture. These 3.5 million pages contain thousands of references to prominent people. Donald Trump's name appears over 38,000 times, Bill Clinton features in photographs, and there are emails with Steve Bannon and Larry Summers, communications with Bill Gates and Elon Musk. But presence in these files doesn't mean wrongdoing, and no victims have accused Trump or Clinton of sexual abuse. What the files did not reveal matters too. A July 2025 DOJ memo stated there was no evidence Epstein kept a client list or blackmailed anyone, no videos showed abuse, and no evidence of a prostitution ring emerged. The FBI confirmed Epstein's death was suicide. Only Ghislaine Maxwell has been convicted, serving 20 years after being found guilty in December 2021. The redaction disaster. At least 43 full names of victims were left unredacted, including minors, with some appearing over 100 times. Victims reported harassment with disgusting private messages. Annie Farmer, who testified against Maxwell, said, "There's just no explanation for how it could have been done so poorly." The DOJ blamed a volume, but Epstein's full credit card number was visible, a jail worker's social security number appeared, and some blacked out text could be revealed by copying and pasting.
Thames Valley Police are conducting an assessment that could lead to criminal charges against a former member of the British royal family. The Prince Andrew emails reveal a relationship that continued enthusiastically years after Epstein's conviction, potentially involves sharing sensitive information, and contradicts every public statement Andrew has made. Jeffrey Epstein died in 2019, Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and Virginia Giuffre took her own life in 2025. But 3.5 million pages ensure the questions anew Wart aren't going away. For Andrew, that means a police investigation. For victims whose names were exposed, it means renewed trauma. And for the public, it means the Epstein story still has chapters left to write.